Are you looking for the best pressure cooker on Amazon? In this video we will look at some of the 9 best pressure cookers on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Instant Pot Duo 66 QT7-in-1 Multi-Use Programmable Pressure Cooker. Though the Instant Pot has 7 different functions, over 8,000 5-star reviewers specifically call out this multifunctional kitchen gadget's pressure cooking capabilities. And lots of them appreciate that it's got a bunch of built-in safety features to reduce the risk of pressure cooking mishaps. It is almost impossible to mess up with this thing to a point of being dangerous, so if you're concerned about the exploding pressure cookers of you needn't be. I said almost. Don't go overriding your pot's safety features and then blame me when you poke an eye out, one reviewer writes. And the cooking possibilities in the Instant Pot are seemingly endless, though many say the results are reliable and quick. I've been making a lot of stews, and I'll sauté the onions, carrots, and meat, then add everything else, seal it, and set it for 7 minutes on high pressure. I let it release naturally and have a perfectly cooked, tasty meal every time, says one reviewer. Another customer warns, it has the pressure release valve that will scare the #hashtag and out of you every single time you switch it over. But don't let that intimidate you out of this purchase. Number 2. T-fal Pressure Cooker, Stainless Steel Cookware, 15 psi settings, 6.3 quart. If you don't know how to use a pressure cooker, they can be dangerous, but one user describes this stovetop model as idiot-proof because of all the safety features. The seal is very sturdy, the correct positions are marked and the lid is easy to lock firmly onto the base, another reviewer writes. The pressure valve is also clearly marked and very easy to set. The instructions are clear about maximum fill levels and the minimum amount of liquid required for the cooker to work properly, and there are markings on the side of the cooker itself. Because of all these precautions, I don't think twice about my safety when it's at full pressure. My old one used to scare the pants off of me, one reviewer says. Another first-time pressure cooker user notes that the actual cooking is pretty simple too. My first attempt was carnitas. 45 minutes after it was up to pressure and they came out perfect, stirred to shred and poured through a strainer, awesome. Number 3. Zavor EZLock 12.7 quart stovetop pressure cooker and canner. With the ability to fit up to 5 mason jars, this large capacity stovetop pressure cooker from Zavor is ideal for canning. One reviewer was able to can several batches of chili, Tex-Mex beans, and ginger peach butter and called this pressure cooker very solid and surprisingly easy to use. Another reviewer was able to can 120 pints of salsa in an amazingly short period of time, adding that it's easy to use and good looking. Saves on water, which is an issue for me. And besides its canning abilities, reviewers say that this is an all-around great pressure cooker. That includes one reviewer who wanted something for both canning and cooking brisket or corned beef. This pot does it all. Quality and finish are excellent. Number 4. Instant Pot Max 6 quart Multi-Use Pressure Cooker. This Instant Pot pressure cooker can sustain a pressure of 15 psi, which makes it the best Instant Pot for canning, but with the same one-touch ease of the original. One reviewer was on the hunt for something I could use that wouldn't take forever and was delighted to find this. I canned so many green beans after figuring out the setting I needed to use for it. Now I'm canning all kinds of tomatoes with it, and I'm loving every minute of it. Another who's used other pressure canners for over 20 years calls this an absolute workhorse, adding that it puts grandma's pressure canner to shame. And reviewers are just as impressed with how it cooks, too. A reviewer who attempted homemade vanilla extract reports, the results were perfect. What normally would take a year to make while it sat in a jar in the pantry only took 25 minutes. Incredible. Number 5. Chef IQ World's Smartest Pressure Cooker. Claiming to be the world's smartest pressure cooker, this Chef IQ device has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth capabilities that let you connect to the Chef IQ app on your phone. Not only does the app have an entire catalog of recipes making meal planning easier, it walks you through the cooking step by step, writes a reviewer who's new to using a pressure cooker. They note that it helps alleviate so much time and effort on a weekly basis since they work from home, and the app is so helpful they find myself curating my grocery list around what I can get cooked in my Chef IQ. Another helpful feature is this pressure cooker's built-in scale that cuts down even more prep time. One reviewer thought this sounded gimmicky at first but calls it one of the best parts of the machine. You put in 2 cups of rice and then it tells you to start to pour the water in, and it just tells you when you have reached the correct amount of water in real time. So cool! I'm in love with it. Number 6. Cuckoo 6-cup electric heating pressure rice cooker. I have never cooked better straight rice out of the rice cooker than I have with this, declares one reviewer of this Cuckoo pressure rice cooker. The rice is evenly cooked from top to bottom. There are 0 hard pieces of rice, nor a collection of burnt rice on the bottom of the bowl, reducing waste. Each grain is soft and is as sticky as I want. This is one of the best cooking appliances I've purchased in a while. Another reviewer raved about this cooker, calling it the Rolls-Royce of pressure rice cookers, not just for its good looks but also for how well it cooks any kind of rice. Being raised in a Korean-American family, I know how serious it is to have well-prepared rice, they write. In addition to making rice, another reviewer likes to use this pressure cooker for hard-boiling eggs and making other pressure-cooked dishes, though they do warn that if you're pressure cooking meats, etc., do not overfill. They were a bit worried about it blowing up, but it thankfully did not and kept making great rice and other dishes after a couple rounds of thorough cleaning. Number 7. Crock-Pot 8-quart multi-use XL Express Crock. At this point, Crock-Pot is just about synonymous with the electric slow cooker, so it's little surprise that the slow cooking function on this multi-use pressure cooker gets a lot of praise. And though the slow cooking function meets reviewers' high standards, the pressure cooking does, too. One reviewer who cooks for 8 or more people, 5 kids, the man, family/friends, on a nightly basis, calls this appliance the love of my life. I can cook frozen solid meat, as in 5 to 10 pounds of it, in an hour or less. I can make yogurt, sterilize yucky baby things, make delicious soups/chili/stews quickly that taste like they simmered all day. As one user concludes of all gadgets for the kitchen, this cooker is the all-time. Number 8. Ninja Foodi Pressure Cooker, Steamer and Air Fryer. Reviewers agree if you're in the market for a multi-use kitchen appliance, this pressure cooker saves valuable counter space, since it works as an air fryer as well. But that doesn't mean it's compact. The only flaw for this cook-everything machine is its size on my counter. It has a big footprint, writes one reviewer, before adding, for me though, I was able to reluctantly take several items off my counter, which made up for the size. I reluctantly and sadly removed my Instant Pot, gladly took out my rice cooker, and removed the air fryer I have mixed feelings about. This machine takes the place of all 3 and is a net win in counter space. Another reviewer says, after visiting my daughter's home a couple of months ago, and using her Instant Pot for the first time, my wife and I decided we wanted one. We also had been wanting an air fryer. Friday night we decided to make chicken wings and wow! I couldn't believe how good they were. Number 9. Breville Fast Slow Pro Multifunction Cooker. This multifunctional cooker from Breville has many different settings, including slow cooking, simmering, and sautéing, but the feature that comes up most often in reviews is the way it takes control of cooking. What makes this so useful to me is that once you set it up and close the lid, you no longer need to be in the kitchen, one reviewer explains. It automatically comes up to pressure, cooks, releases pressure, 3 different ways, and then keeps food warm. Another customer writes, there is no burning in this mode, which was a problem with the cheaper one. It is very intuitive and does not require a seminar on how to operate it. And though dozens of reviewers admit that it's expensive, they also say it's worth the extra price because of its user-friendly design. Yes, I could have saved money of the cheaper Instant Pot, but my thinking is if the Breville is doing the job of other appliances, then it's worth spending money on a better quality product that's easier to use, one writes.